In the annals of unsolved mysteries and perfect crimes, few tales capture the imagination like that of D.B. Cooper. On a cold afternoon in November 1971, a man boarded Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305 in Portland, bound for Seattle. Clad in a business suit and carrying a briefcase, he was an unremarkable passenger, until he handed a note to a flight attendant claiming he had a bomb. What followed would become one of the greatest aviation mysteries in history, and a story that remains unresolved over 5 decades later. This is the story of D.B. Cooper, the hijacker who vanished into thin air. Today, we explore every facet of this intriguing case, from the daring escape and exhaustive manhunt to the cultural legend that D.B. Cooper has become. Join us as we attempt to unravel the mystery of the man who could fly without wings. As Flight 305 ascended into the gloomy Pacific Northwest sky, passengers settled in, unaware that among them was a man poised to execute one of the most audacious heists of the century. This man, who purchased his ticket under the alias Dan Cooper, appeared calm and collected. Approximately 30 minutes into the flight, Cooper made his move. He handed a note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner. Initially dismissive, she slipped the note into her purse, but Cooper leaned forward, whispering, "Miss, you'd better look at that note. I have a bomb." The note was succinct but chilling, demanding 4 parachutes and $200,000 in $20 bills. What made his demand unusual was the request for multiple parachutes, leading authorities to speculate whether he planned to take hostages with him or simply mislead them into thinking he might. As the plane landed in Seattle, the authorities scrambled to meet Cooper's demands. The passengers were oblivious to the negotiations until they were released upon the ransom delivery. Meanwhile, Cooper and a few crew members remained on board, gearing up for the second leg of this unfathomable journey. With the ransom money and parachutes secured, Cooper directed the pilot to set a course for Mexico City, with specific instructions for flying at a low altitude and reduced speed. It was clear Cooper had some parachuting experience, understanding well how these factors would impact his planned escape. As darkness enveloped the sky, Cooper's plan unfolded. He instructed the remaining crew to remain in the cockpit, then meticulously prepared for his unprecedented escape. At approximately 8 p.m., somewhere over the dense forests of southwestern Washington, Cooper opened the aft stair of the Boeing 727, an audacious move never before attempted in commercial aviation history. With a cold wind rushing into the cabin, Cooper donned the parachute, strapped the bag of ransom money to his body, and stepped into the night. The aft stair closed behind him, leaving only the howling wind as evidence of his departure. Cooper's leap into the unknown sparked a myriad of questions. Did he survive the jump? The conditions were less than ideal. It was a stormy night with harsh winds and freezing temperatures, not to mention the treacherous terrain below. The FBI and local law enforcement agencies launched an extensive search operation. The rugged landscape of the Pacific Northwest became the stage for one of the largest manhunts in American history. Yet no sign of Cooper, dead or alive, was found in the immediate aftermath. In the days following the hijacking, the FBI initiated NORJAC, the code name for the investigation into the D.B. Cooper case. Despite the massive effort involving hundreds of agents and numerous leads, the trail seemed to cool almost as quickly as it had heated up. Over the years, several pieces of key evidence emerged. In 1980, a young boy found a decaying package of $20 bills totaling $5,800 near the Columbia River, which were later confirmed to be part of the ransom money. This discovery rekindled interest in the case but raised more questions than answers. The investigation spanned decades, with suspects ranging from experienced parachutists to airline employees and even a woman. Each lead seemed promising but eventually fizzled out, as none could conclusively be tied to Cooper. Over the years, the legend of D.B. Cooper has grown, partly fueled by the myriad of theories about his identity and fate. Some believe Cooper was a daredevil who perished in his jump. Others argue he was a sophisticated criminal mastermind who planned every detail, including an escape route post-jump. Among the most compelling suspects was a man named Kenneth Christensen, who resembled the composite sketch and was a former paratrooper and airline employee.
However, the FBI could not find direct evidence linking him to the hijacking.
Another theory suggested that Cooper was a disgruntled airline industry insider, knowledgeable enough about flight operations and escape techniques. This theory was supported by his precise demands and calm demeanor during the hijacking. D.B. Cooper's audacious escapade has not only baffled law enforcement, but has also captured the public's imagination, inspiring numerous cultural references. From films to music and literature, the persona of Cooper has been mythologized as the epitome of the unsolvable mystery and the ultimate anti-hero. Every year, enthusiasts and amateur sleuths gather at D.B. Cooper conventions to exchange theories and celebrate the enigma. The case remains a popular topic in forums and on social media, where new generations continue to be intrigued by the possibility of unraveling the truth. The figure of D.B. Cooper has become a folk hero, a symbol of rebellion and daring. The mystery has permeated through society, encouraging a spirit of adventure and defiance against the odds. It's a story that challenges us, asking how far one might go for freedom or infamy. More than 50 years have passed since D.B. Cooper vanished into the night. Despite one of the most extensive and expensive investigations in FBI history, the case was officially closed in 2016, leaving more questions than answers. While no conclusive evidence has surfaced to solve the mystery completely, the legend of D.B. Cooper remains alive. It's a narrative woven into the fabric of American folklore, a reminder of the era's turmoil and the lengths to which one man went to carve his mark in history. As we look out over these dense forests, one can only wonder, somewhere beneath the canopy of trees, does the secret of D.B. Cooper still lie hidden, waiting to be discovered? Or has the man known as Cooper managed the greatest feat of all, vanishing completely, leaving behind nothing but a legend? In the end, perhaps the allure of D.B. Cooper isn't just the unsolved case, but the freedom to imagine, to dream of the ultimate escape.